Good morning, traders. Welcome to Beyond Profile. Today is Tuesday, May 31st, last day of the month, and we got a huge gap open this morning, some resolution out of the Eurozone with Greece, and the market's really continuing to do the end-of-month markup, if you will, before we go into June starting tomorrow. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. You'll notice that we just hit 2360 level, which is close to the prior area where we were broken down from. There's a very big high volume node at 6768, which would be a major area on the top side. For some reason we got there today, we would be looking at that as a responsive sell because that's where resting supply is residing at. You can see last week when we did come back into these lows down here, we came into the this pocket of prior value, and the high volume areas of 2294 just were just barely touched there. And up we went, and then of course this morning with this big gap up. The question of the day will be does the gap hold, or does the gap did they fade the gap? Because on a regular session, this is a 24-hour chart, there would be a void here from Friday's close, which would mean then that this whole thing would be an island bottom reversal, and which in fact could be a very bullish setup if in fact it held. It's going to be tough to get through these areas though. Remember, going into the summertime ho-hums, and that's going to leave a little bit of lower volume trading, and again, the volatility it could decrease here also for us. So it's going to get on those days where we have real small narrow range days like last Thursday, choppy. It makes for difficult trading conditions. So with this gap up this morning, we're going to have to see how this actually plays out. Are they going to sell into it? Is it going to hold up here at the end of the day? I suspect that today will be lighter volume anyways because of the carryover, if you will, from Memorial Day yesterday. A lot of traders won't come back actually until tomorrow. So today I would say trade with extra caution, if you will, and wait for your setups. Let's look at the S&P market to see where that's at in relationship to at least the monthly profile, because now remember, this is the monthly profile for May, and you'll see where the high volume areas are. We could rally all the way back to this 2378 number. Let's look at the ES here. ES looks like a very well evenly distributed profile for the month of May, and the volume node, as you can see right here, is like 1340s, and we're trading 1340.41 right now pre-market. At around 8:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've pushed strongly through this. The objective obviously would be, can we close above 40s? Because remember, trade in the direction of the point of control, and all of this is at this point is just a probe. So if we start closing below, let's say for the end of the day we close below 36s or so, and we can't sustain any sort of momentum move through this area, then we would have to look for continuation back down, maybe a 2x retest later in the week as we go into June. This is always interesting when we come into these high volume nodes to see how far they actually push through them, and this one's coming on the heels of really news out of Europe. And again, low volume, you got to remember that, low volume, because remember even yesterday when the Globex session was open, just for a small, you can see there really wasn't much movement at all. And then of course on Friday we had a topping tail and pushed back a little bit on a little bit lighter volume. So again, suspect today to be lighter volume even on this gap open. Really tomorrow will tell us where this market really wants to go in the days to come here. So this one's a little bit stronger only because it's held on to more relative strength over the last few trading sessions. All right, folks, have a good trading day, and if you haven't signed up yet for our room trial, be sure that you do that. We've got classes starting again this summertime, and also some webinars that are going to be coming up here. Just check the calendar on the homepage at beyondprofile.com, and we'll see you in the room.